Lovely to meet you all, Team Farzi. It's looking lovely, but मैं पूछना चाहती हूँ यार प्यार या पैसा. If you were to choose one, what would you go for? सनी से शुरू करते हैं.
सनी का चॉइस तो पैसा होगा, शाहिद का डिफरेंट हो सकता है.
बताओ.
नहीं, I mean, personally, I would definitely go with the people in my life. I think those are more important than anything else. I don't think money can buy you happiness, but Sunny definitely thinks so. And our show Farzi also says that. But that's what you think it is. I mean, अभी हम लोगों को excite करने के लिए कह रहे हैं. But I think once you enter the show, you will understand that there are so many layers to it. And every character has so many different takes on the same thing. So yeah, for me, definitely not paisa. Definitely not.
राशि आप बताओ यार प्यार या पैसा. राशि.
I think definitely yaar, because I think for me I give a lot of importance to friendship in my life, and the right set of friends can just make or break your life. And I am very lucky to have great friends in my life. So मेरे लिए यार की importance life में बहुत ज़्यादा है. और definitely
शादी नहीं हुई ना इसकी.
हाँ?
ये शादी नहीं हुई. शादी हो जाएगी तो बोल के दिखा तू यार.
I mean अंदर से फिर अलग होता है, फिर बाहर कुछ और बोलना पड़ता है. शायद are you going through that or what is it?
I am very happy and thankful for everything in life.
Farzi.
So maybe for शायद यार and प्यार, for me it's definitely यार for now.
मैं आपके डायरेक्टर साहब से पूछती हूँ, राजन डी के यार प्यार या पैसा. पैसा बोलेंगे दोनों. I don't know, I just thought.
We just said it in the right? यार प्यार यार सब फर्जी.
या मैं अगर बोलूं तो तीनों चाहिए. यार प्यार और पैसा तीनों चाहिए. सच बोले तो नहीं अगर यार प्यार है लाइफ में, पैसे नहीं है सिर्फ, तो सबको पैसे चाहिए होता है. या पैसे है प्यार है यार नहीं है तो वो चाहिए होता है. सो ऑनेस्टली हु कैन से कि मुझे इन तीनों में एक ही चाहिए, राइट? बट हैविंग सेड दैट, थोड़ा बहुत पैसा है तो that is the least important. उसके बाद that is the least important.
Whole match ticketed with different combinations.
We are selling our show so well, after making a show that's all about money, everybody has said we don't care about money.
Yeah. We are too
at the end of the day, everyone says show me the money.
Yeah.
And Shahid, happy 20 years. I still remember you. I interviewed you for your first film. So we are both still here doing what we love to do. So what is the method to the madness?
The method to the madness is that there is no method as such. I think you have to keep evolving and changing. You have to see what's around you and not be consumed with what's within you. But what you have to give to what's around you is actually what's within you.
Wow. Intense. Wow. But also the fact that you said you could relate to Sunny because he's an artist who wants people to acknowledge his talent.
Yeah, the frustration of an artist I could relate to very much.
वही मैं पूछना चाहती थी, वो अंदरूनी सारा angst बाहर आ गया.
100%. सिर्फ angst नहीं होता, angst is a strong emotion, so it tends to kind of make impact first. I remember that reminds me, there was a scene that we had shot where, the first version I did was rather angsty, and then Rajan DK asked me to do a really emotional one, and I kept telling him, "Ye angsty wala acha hai yaar, ye rakho." But eventually what stayed in the show was the version that was far more subtle. You remember that scene?
Yeah.
Where it rained and all. Yeah. So angst is a strong emotion, but I think there is a lot more to Sunny than just that. Like when he speaks about, middle finger class and how, being the middle class is so difficult in this country. So I think Sunny is this middle class guy who's got streety angst. So I think he's a complete character because, there is vulnerability, but there is also goodness, but there is also edge, and there's also that abrasiveness that is always very charismatic on the big screen.
Or he did an amazing mime of.
Yeah.
I think he did.
Oh, that's good.
So Shahid,
I always.
Oh yeah.
And now he's come back.
We were thinking you were memeing.
And you were like this.
You were just speaking and then mid said.
नहीं ये करते हैं राज एंड डीके ना, when I start talking too much they just mute me and stuff. करते हैं लोग मेरे साथ. They're tired sometimes. They're like कितना बोलता है यार, इसको बंद कराओ.
Absolutely not.
I have no idea where I was, so please tell me क्या बोलूं.
आप थे about.
You're doing this.
Sunny middle class aspirations and, how you could relate to it.
Yes. So basically, Sunny is a character who's highly relatable, but at the same time, he has got all the beats of an antagonist. So he's a protagonist who's also an antagonist. And I think those characters are always most exciting and most complete. Where you feel for the guy who's doing the things that you're technically not supposed to do. And you relate to everything that he is. And then he becomes kind of like your alter ego. He does everything that you want to do, but you can't do because you're so tired of your circumstances. I think Sunny is kind of that kind of character. And that character usually gives you both those experiences of connecting with him, but at the same time being thrown off by what he does. I love those kind of characters.
And no wonder you walk away with the awards for those kind of characters. So Rajan ji ke sahi pakde. But, Raashi, another thing about both these two gentlemen is the women in their narratives are so strong. They are so strong. So it's a no-brainer for any actor to actually come on board. So what excited you about working with Shahid, with Rajan DK? What was it like for you?
I think, as you said, there is actually no brainer when it comes to Rajan DK sir and when it comes to Shahid. I mean, the fact that Shahid was making his digital debut with this, I mean, the whole thing coming together was amazing in itself. So that was the first thing that attracted me to it. And I jumped in with this faith that I knew that the kind of character they'll write or the depths that there will be of each character would be amazing. I mean, as an actor. So I was really looking forward to getting to know my character because I had no idea about the story. I had no idea about my character. I just jumped in. I said, okay, this is what is coming together. Okay, I really want to be a part of this. And obviously, when I got to know about Megha, the character that they've written, the layers that she has, I was very, very happy as an actor because this is probably for the first time that I'm actually getting I'm getting a character like Megha, somebody who's so relatable, somebody who's so real, because I have never played a character as real as Megha before in my films. So for me, it was challenging in a very, very good way. Like, I had to tone myself down in every possible way. And that is something that I was really looking forward to because I was like, abhi itna kuch kar liya, what is something? I really wanted to do something very different. And I think this show came at the right time for me. So I think for me, everything came together and I'm so glad. I'm so glad and thankful to God each day, and got to be a part of this. Like, really. Yeah.
Awesome. And to Raj and DK, as I asked him the method to his madness, I want to ask both of you, what is it like when the two of you are working together and what actually is the method to your madness?
I think we're very meticulous, ideally, to even to make a mad subject or a film or series. We are usually very systematic and meticulous to the approach of it. The idea might be mad, but we are quite organized in the way we build a story or think about it or the subplots of the characters. There's a lot of, we make comedy with a lot of seriousness, a lot of drama. So yeah, there is a big, strong, structured, organized method in the way we build our stories. But then the stories are fun. So they look crazy. They have zombies, they have ghosts, they have counterfeiting. So, it doesn't look like, it looks like we're high and writing this shit up. So
yeah. So we bring the method and then let the actors bring the madness.
Yeah.
There you go. And as you said, method, Shahid, tell me, for in 20 years, and also lately, in the last decade, I would say you've been very picky and choosy about the movies that you want to do. It's basically, if they appeal to you, you do them. ये जो digital debut सब बात कर रहे हैं, was it also calculated कि ये just हो गया?
I don't calculate. If I calculated, then I would make sure I do at least a couple of films a year because, numbers matter. I think the problem is I don't calculate. I'm very instinctive about the choices that I make. There was a time at which I used to try and calculate. It didn't work out well for me. I think when I stick to my instinct, I do better work. And because I think I come from a place of passion and I'm very, very, very passionate about films and about playing characters and about, the stories that should be told. Sometimes I make choices which are not conventional. Sometimes, I do things that might not be considered very, very mainstream, So, I mean, I'm not calculative. This was a very instinctive thing. I was enjoying their work and I thoroughly enjoyed Family Man 1 and 2. And so when we spoke, I actually asked them if they had a show because they were connecting with me for a movie. So I don't think they were thinking of me at least at that time. But once I spoke to them and they told me about the show, we realized that we had thought about it as a movie a few years back and, did a full 360 and came back. I just wanted to work with them. And when they told me about the story and the character, it like took my excitement 3 levels up, because it was exactly the kind of stuff I was looking for. Like, I feel it's just very tiring to keep looking for content that actually gives you an opportunity to put yourself out there in a way that you feel, you can do something exciting and new and different. It's not often that you come across opportunities like that. So when they told me about it and when I heard it, I was just like, this is exactly what I would love to do. It doesn't matter where it is. And I think it's actually amazing that it's on OTT, because I think OTT is a platform that has an audience of its own. There is a lot of overlap of audience, but it has an audience of its own. And the experience that you can give an audience when you're kind of sitting in their house with them and they're connected to you over 5.5, 6 hours of content, the arc that they can kind of travel with you is so much larger than what you can do. And you can be very effective in 2.5 hours, but you can be extremely immersive in 6 hours. And once you immerse yourself in somebody's heart, that's love.
That's true. I agree with that. And Raashi, also for you, I mean, this is your second, in the digital space. Do you enjoy this more vis-a-vis films? I know both are different, but you get a bigger platform, a larger arc. It's not that 2 ghanta mein khatam ho gaya sab.
Yeah, I think for us as female actors, I want to say this, that we get better opportunities on these platforms because the depth of the characters is really there. There's substance to perform. Like, you get stuff where you can really perform, and that you can experiment with the kind of roles you want to do also. Like the one that I played in Rudra was something that I'd never imagined I would be playing, firstly, and the way it was written, or even Megha for that matter in this series. I mean, she's as real as real gets. So for me, that experience, I've never had it in a film, honestly, in my journey. And I feel it's an exciting time to be a female actor, to be getting such kind of roles and, really getting into the depth of, and obviously growing as an actor. That has happened to me on the OTT platform more than it's happened in film. So I'm pretty happy with the fact that it's come in, as you said, that of course films alag hoti hain, OTT, it's a different experience. I enjoy both, but I think as an actor, definitely OTT is more exciting.
राजन, लेकिन मुझे एक बात बताओ, जब आप दोनों का डिसएग्रीमेंट होता है, तुम कैसे रिजॉल्व करते हो?
We fight it out. Yeah. We do different kinds of fighting. And
like what? I'm very curious to know actually, when two people are working together, कैसे resolve होता है?
See, we're writing it together. Yeah. We're writing it together, right? So most of the problems are solved right there. Most of the fightings are done at the writing table, and we are like 4 of us: me, Sita, and Suman. So right there, we know what we are writing. So all agreements, disagreements are done there. So you're on the same page when you're coming on to the shoot. So direction is really an extension of our writing. So we have half directed it on the paper already. And what we're dealing with on the set is really the actors taking the material and making it something great. So it's really, by then we're on the same page.
By the time I was...
And just to... Yeah.
No, so please.
And just to make it clear, even if it's one director or it's two directors, honestly, at the time of making a scene, it is not just that one director or the two directors or however many directors. It's a collaborative process, right? There's the actor who's taking the material and interpreting it in a certain way. There is also the crew, the DOP who's visualizing it. So all of these things come together to make that scene happen. So at this point, whether we like it or not, it is a collaborative process.
Absolutely.
So what I was saying is that basically, because they had to deal with me, they just became such a tight team. They didn't need to fight with each other at all. They were just dealing with Shahid. I don't know if that is a good thing or a bad thing, but they were very together on the scenes that I was in.
Shahid is saying he brought unity amongst them.
I brought them together. They were like, oh my God, this is not adversity. This is adversity. Let's deal with it.
Oh my God. Shahid, ऐसा क्यों करते हो? But it's good in a way for everyone if you bring that unity. But एक बात बताओ, 20 years हो गए हैं. Now looking back, अब आप वो senior category में आ जाते हो ना, Sita. फिल्म्स के सीनियर
यार
वाले
मैं मेरे
कैटेगरी
से
में।
देखो एकदम छोटी सी स्टबल फ्रिंजी हेयर कट लेके हुडी में घूम रहा हूँ कि लोग समझे मैं यंग हूँ और तूने मुझे सीनियर बना दिया है। तू होगी सीनियर पूजा तलवार।
हम तो बहुत, मेरे बात मत करो, हम तो सीनियर सिटीजन कैटेगरी में आ गई। देखो बत्ती भी जल गई जो ऑफ हो गई थी। तो बट विच इज दैट वन एक्सपीरियंस you would not want to re-experience again?
One experience that I wouldn't want to re-experience again?
Yes.
There's a lot of them, but I mean, I think they taught me to be who I am today. I think I appreciate everything that I have today because of those times when you were, you know, a part of something that you felt lost, or maybe you felt like it was not really something that was exciting or something that, you know, is a reflection of what you want to do or you want to be. We all go through moments like that, but eventually you have to be proud of your journey, and you have to, you know, understand that destiny takes you through that journey because you need to become who you need to become. And so I mean, I have a lot of acceptance towards all the good and the bad, and I think like I'm very thankful for everything that I have. So nothing that I would say ye bahut kharab hai. Hopefully log aisa na bole mera kaam dekh ke kya kar raha hai bahut kharab hai. You know, that's the only fear that you have. You want to be able to give people a better experience.
True. And as a DK sir, tell me, like, have you said that you united everyone on set? Did you have Raashi, Shahid, and Mr. Sethupathi in mind when you were writing this? Do you write with the actor in mind, or do you then think about how does it work with you that this actor suits this character better vis-a-vis maybe someone else?
No, we write it, I think. We don't think of actor when we're writing it. But to be honest, like once you've written a draft or a couple of drafts, when you start thinking about the actor and when you actually get that actor that you want, you definitely have to do a pass for the actor, because each actor comes with his or her own strength. And now we want to play on that strength as well. It's not just about adjusting, it's about exploiting the actor to the best of that actor's capability, right? So it becomes important to understand what the actor is capable of doing, what the actor is good at doing, and then start to see how you can actually exploit that. So yes, a pass happens after the actor is cast.
Cool. And Raashi, as Shahid said that he united Raj and DK, like facing the adverse. What was one thing that you observed about him?
About Shahid?
Yeah.
On set?
Yep. Some quirk, bata do. Aaj bata do.
Actually, offset he's Shahid, but I've always, I mean, a lot of us love Shahid, in all honesty, because of the kind of characters he's played. And I loved his work in Heather and everything. But when I used to talk to him offset, I'm talking to Shahid. When I talk to him on set, I'm talking to Sunny. Like I saw him get into the skin of the character so much that on set he was always Sunny for me, and I sort of became Megha with him on set. So I think the experience with him offset is very different from this experience with him on set. And I think offset, he's extremely funny, very, very entertaining, all that. Like I've never met anyone who's as entertaining as Shahid, because when he starts talking and when he starts to entertain you, my jaw was literally hurting at times. And I was like, "Arey bas, bahut ho gaya," you know, because he was so entertaining. And on set, I saw this brilliant actor just get into the skin of his character so brilliantly that you're like so inspired. Like any actor who's worked with Shahid probably would say the same thing, because he inspired me to do better. And that's why I think this is very special for me, because I also grew as an actor. So thank you, Shahid, for helping me out.
Very sweet words.
So this was a very beautiful experience working with him.
देखो सब कितनी अच्छी बातें कर रहे हैं शायद, देखो. But anyway, guys, congratulations. Farzi 2 का भी इंतजार है, and well, looking forward to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pooja.
Thank you.